Guys, the gamer must be losing their minds with all this Star Wars stuff because now it seems like they're kind of fence riding with this newest article. They're talking about Kay Vess face. So it says, okay, let's talk about Kay Vess face. Now, the gamer is one of the most woke video game websites out there. Like, you want to see a website that gives Kotaku a run for its money? Go to the gamer. These people are constantly promoting woke ideologies, pro LGBTQ stuff, you name it. When Hogwarts Legacy was hot, these people were flaming it. But now with Star Wars Outlaws coming out, they seem to be doing a weird article here. Now, this is about Kay Vess face, which has been a topic of discussion for quite some time. The idea that video game companies are uglifying female protagonists and just female characters in general in their games is something that's been a topic of discussion in recent times. We've seen things from people saying the jawline of characters in the Perfect Dark remake are a little manly. We've seen people talk about the main character in the Horizon Zero Dawn games and Horizon Forbidden West looking a little homely when she was a little bit more attractive looking in the first game. We've even had talk about Lara Croft. We've had talk about the characters in the Fable trailer that looked like Rob Schneider with tits. And then when Kay Vess was revealed, we all said that she kind of looked like the dude from the Warriors that come out and play. Yay. Now, admittedly, some of the parts in the games, like the cinematics, cutscenes, even concept art like this, she looks okay. But let's be real. She's got that terrible haircut. She's got that broken nose. And they made her a little too homely looking compared to the actual actress, Humberly Gonzalez, I believe that's her name, who's absolutely gorgeous. But they purposely made her look ugly. And this is something that a lot of the wokies have been trying to contend, saying that there's no conspiracy with video game companies through DEI efforts to purposely make females unattractive. There's a lot of proof out there that they're doing it on purpose because they don't want to offend this modern audience that wants gender neutral characters. They don't want anybody overly sexualized. They don't want to appeal to the male gaze because men are bad. They hate men, guys. They hate male gamers. So there was a lot of talk about this. Now, this article literally says this in words. She says, the Chuds are right. We're reading a professional written article on a website that says the Chuds are right. Kay Vess does look weird. It's not for the reasons they tell you, though. So it's weird. This is like a weird fence riding article that the gamer is talking about. Now, the gamer, again, like I said, if there's ever a website that's going to be giving Kotaku a run for its money as the most woke video game website, it's the gamer. When Hogwarts Legacy was on fire, they were so pro LGBTQ and fuck J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter and Hogwarts Legacy. This website is super woke. Like, everybody on it has an agenda, wants to promote political narratives, all that good stuff. So they're giving Kotaku a run for their money. We're reading a professional website that literally says the Chuds are right. So they're agreeing. Kay Vess's face looks weird. But then they're going to say it's not for the reasons that we tell you, though. So this is another article, like the Sweet Baby Ink doesn't do what you guys think article that Mercante wrote. Let me see who wrote this one. Who is it? Tessa Cower. All right. So anyways, it's probably going to be some woke person that identifies as certain pronouns. Doesn't fucking matter at this point. All these woke journalists are all the same. Now, this article basically sums it up to say that maybe it's limitations. Maybe it's a technical error. Maybe it's glitches that are making her face look awkward in some parts of the game. And they even acknowledge the fact, they say this whole idea was compounded by the fact that the actress who plays her, Humberly Gonzalez, is very beautiful and glamorous, right? Countless people posted side-by-side comparisons of the character and her actress and complained that they didn't look alike. I mean, that's fair because we've seen it happen, and whether the Wokies want to deny it or confirm it, it's done on purpose. They don't want to appeal to the male gaze. They hate straight male gamers, right? Especially white ones. So it says there's also been a significant number of gamers pushing back against this wave of hate and abuse directed towards the developers. Many say that the screenshots where Kay looks weird are cherry-picked from bad angles and that she just looks like a scruffier Humberly without makeup. I beg to differ. I don't think there's any kind of resemblance. Now, as far as hate, I don't think that's I think that's just an exaggeration. A lot of the people that I know that are right-wing grifters were given actual constructive criticism, actual feedback that has logic behind it. The only people that I've seen spewing hate are the wokies that call us grifters and pieces of shit and idiots and morons and low IQ, you name it. I haven't seen anybody that's a right-wing grifter like myself, Grumps, Hypnotic, Smash, Vera Dark, Melanie Mac, you name it, attack anybody. Now, this does go on to say that it's not wrong to say that Kay looks weird, especially in the game. They've played about 20 hours of the game, and they've noticed strange facial modeling, that she looks bug-like, like Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. And I think that's actually a really good comparison there, because I thought of that a few times. Then they said that her facial animations are more broadly aren't amazing for any of the characters. So there's a lot of characters in this game where they look terrible. Now, I will say this. It's bullshit if somebody says that that she wasn't made ugly on purpose, because if you look at all the other female characters that you encounter in this game, they all have short, butch, dyke, lesbian haircuts. They're all lesbians actually by voice dialogue. There's literally a lesbian couple in the game that tells you, this is my partner and here's our son. They pushed LGBTQ in here, like literally every female in the game. There's not one attractive, straight-looking woman in this game. They're all homely. They're all old. They're all fat. They all have weird noses. They look kind of like just like literally what you would think a stereotypical lesbian would look like. These are lesbians in space. And I'm not saying that out of hate. I'm saying that there's a lot of evidence in this game that they purposely tried not to put attractive females in the game, and it's not because we want jerk off material or anything like that. It's more cringe and more annoying to see it forced in the way that they do it, and they try to be subtle about it and try to make it feel like it's natural when it's not. It's far from being natural. It's too obvious that it's a thing. Now, you can see this person then goes on to cope, saying most of the people complaining about this aren't saying that a company like Ubisoft with this much time and money should have more refined character animation. Some are saying that Sweet Baby Inc., as far as we know, has no involvement with this game, is intentionally trying to make female characters more ugly to make some kind of politically point. More broadly, the idea that Kay's face is a result of diversity activists trying to uglify video game women is being pushed on gamers to draw up anger so that blue ticks on Twitter can make money off their rage baiting. Isn't it weird that it's rage bait if we complain and we're not fitting the woke narrative? That's why they call us grifters, because we're outside their echo chamber. Literally, all of these wokies have blue check marks too, and they make articles attacking right-wingers and conservatives and gamers, and TheGamer itself as a website, Kotaku itself as a website. They all literally rage bait. Alyssa Mercante literally rage baits more than anybody. She antagonizes people. She praises censorship. And you don't think that she's doing it? How come it's not a grift if the left is doing it? Because they grift more than anybody. I don't know if you guys noticed, they grift more than anybody. Saying your opinion and giving your take on something that you feel about is not a grift. It's only a grift because you don't like it. Right? Sweet Baby Inc. is 110% consulting companies to do stuff like make women less attractive. Del Walker, not long ago, who's a woke video game developer, even said he was told previously to make characters look a little bit more fat and ugly, and then he retracted it like a coward. But no, absolutely. Now, continuing on, you can see they left a special note saying that this same contingent of gamers has championed games like Stellar Blade and The First Descendant for having hot women. Go figure. So it's trying to push that incel narrative, right? It's trying to push that incel narrative. The reason why those games get so much attention now is because so many games are caving into this modern audience that does not show up to support anything monetarily. They do not buy or play any of these video games, or else Concord and Dustborn wouldn't have had been complete fails. Star Wars Outlaws wouldn't have had 55% less sales than they expected. Right now, they go on to say that this is not a political game. Outlaws is not political, but somehow, that this whole idea that her appearance is woke and all this crap and injects politics is not true. It doesn't hold up, and the math is not mapping. No, it does. All right, and you guys have been called the fuck out, and not everybody that thinks this is a grifter. You can see she says, despite what grifters on the internet will tell you, Kay's face is not the product of a culture war. There's a lot of reasons why it might look like this, and none of them are developers and journalists working in tandem to take hot women away from you. Maybe it's the mocap. They said that there's maybe technical aspects. I call Bravo Sierra on this. I call Bravo Sierra on this. We've seen it time and time again, like I mentioned with other games. Lara Croft getting uglified. Aloy from fucking Horizon games getting uglified. We've seen April O'Neil in the new Turtles movie get uglified. Guys, they are purposely making women not appeal to the male gaze because they don't like men. That's what it is. It's obvious. They don't want to offend transgenders. They want to keep everything gender neutral. It's fucking real. And these people are just damage control. And this, I think you see at the end, they of course have to be rude and snarky and insufferable, saying Star Wars Outlaws are just part of a larger trend of gamers being mad about not being able to goon to every woman in every video game, even when those characters fit into the worlds just fine. People have complained about Horizon's Aloy looking masculine and having peach fuzz on her face. There was backlash to Ellie and Abby from Last of Us Part 2, even though those characters are fighting survival in a zombie apocalypse and were simultaneously trying to kill each other. The conspiracy has always been the same. Developers are making women less hot because they hate you. It wasn't true then and it isn't true now. The reality is that developers probably hate you because you keep abusing them online over a baseless conspiracy. There's that word, abuse, that you see people say, oh, we're targeted, we're harassed, we're abused. Get the fuck out of here. Gag me with a fucking spoon. You guys aren't fooling anybody when we see fucking literal PowerPoint presentations by Sweet Baby Inc. CEOs at CGC say, or GDC saying, scare marketing companies until you get what you want from them. Extort them. You see diversity manuals promoting all this bullshit. You've seen changes to characters. It's not a fucking secret. If you think that this doesn't matter, you're turning a blind eye to a bigger issue, and you're a fool, right? This is so obvious. It's not a conspiracy. It's an agenda, which means it's through the course of time. They literally have documents. They literally talk about this. Think about why anytime somebody speaks up about this stuff, they get attacked by all the same avenues. Look at what happens to Grums. Look what happens to Smash JT. They get censored. They get their website shut down. They get attacked. They get harassed. They get doxxed because they're going against the grain. You're not allowed to have your own opinion anymore, guys, without it being labeled a grift. It's so weird that if we label them something, it's a conspiracy. But if they label us as something like grifters or whatever, it's perfectly fine. It's always one-sided when it comes to them. But don't let these people silence you. Call this shit out because it's cringe, and it's only infecting gaming more and more when you see all these employees say how much they hate gamers, how much they hate video games, how much they want to fucking indoctrinate us. So, yeah, sorry. Kay's face is ugly for the very, very fucking reason that we fucking thought. So, this article is trash. From a trash website. I do think that it's funny, though, that it admits that the Chuds are right. She's fucking ugly. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you so much.